Guys, it is the 28th today.
Yeah,
28th of July today, and we are currently at the garden centre. We've just been to Webbs of Wychbold. For any of you that are watching outside the UK, I'm not sure whether you have a Webbs in your country, but Webbs is basically a chain of garden centres, very large garden centres, probably the most main garden centres we have here. And this is basically a tropical greenhouse update. It's been a long time due. The weather is absolutely boiling, which is lovely. And if you can see just behind me in the back of the car, I have 6 lantanas. I've left it a little late this year, so because of that, they only had 6, didn't they? Last year they had loads of lantana plants. The lantana plants are the ones that provide copious amounts of nectar for my tropical butterflies. And, oh, pardon me. Sorry about that, guys, I've just ate a cornetto. Like I say, it is warm and cornettos are quite refreshing. These lantanas, they provide a lot of nectar for my tropical butterflies and for when I get my little white eyes, my broad-eyed zostrops. They'll provide nectar for them. So they're an essential plant, but they've only got 6, which isn't very good. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go to Barnett's Hill. Now Barnett's Hill is another chain of garden centres. It's sort of like it's not totally a garden centre, is it? They have like homeware, they have a few little aisle of clothes, and they basically do pets, and they do quite a lot there. So we're going to go there. Hopefully they'll have some lantana. They did last year, so we're going to go get some lantana there. I'm looking for some Pentas lanceolata. Now they produce lots of nectar as well, and they're a shrubby light little plant, and they produce massive clusters. If kept warm, they'll produce flowers all year round, so that would be perfect for my tropical greenhouse. And I am looking for banana plants as well. I have got 2 in there, but I'm looking for quite a large one. Hopefully there'll be quite a nice large banana plant there. And that's about it for now, guys. I will do another vlog once I get some more plants. I probably won't vlog myself walking around the garden centre. I get a bit weirded out by doing that. I still haven't plucked up enough courage to actually film while walking around. So that's it for now, guys. Speak to you later. Hello. We didn't get any. Just been to Barnett's Hill. Didn't get any lantana. No Pentas lanceolata. No banana plants. I'm hoping that I'm not too late this year. I am hoping that I've not left it too late and they've all sold out. If I have, I will be gutted because I've waited a whole year for this, for planting season to come. So it's just a case now of we're going to Webbs. There's another Webbs just up from Barnett's Hill. It's like a mini store. I do know they have a plant section, quite a large one, so I'm hoping they've sent some over from their big store, and we will go see what we will find. If there's none there, then we've got 2 more places to check, 2 more garden centres to go to. So fingers crossed, guys, fingers crossed we'll get some more lantana, and fingers crossed we'll get some Pentas lanceolata, but I shall just update you later. It's not shutting off. Hello, it's me again. Basically, we've just been to, we went to Webbs, picked up the last couple of lantana that they had. They had about, I think, 7 on the shelf. Some were looking a bit scruffy, so I left them behind. But we've just been to another little garden centre, which is not far from where I live. And they had some beautiful heliotrope, so I bought a couple of them. I've bought a few salvia, and they're quite tall growing, and they've got, like, as you see in the background, like a blue, almost a luminescent, like blue flowers. I thought they'd be quite nice, so I'm going to see how they do. I'm not sure if they'll do well in the greenhouse. I've had salvia in there before, but the bushy variety, and they didn't do very well. They went quite leggy. Well, these are tall anyway, so I'm assuming that they'll be okay. And what else did I get? Did we get anything else? Oh, I got some Verbena bonamensis as well. I got 2 of them to put in there because I've already got one, and I wanted another one at another end, and another one in the middle, just to give the butterflies a bit of height to feed from. I've got a lot of ground shrub plants that flower, but I wanted to give them a bit of height, just different levels of flowers. Really, it would look nice. So I've got them, and now we're off to. What's the other garden centre? We're off to a little garden centre called Dunley Nurseries, which is not far from me. It's even closer to me. and we're just going there because I know they sell a lot of plants and they're at really good. They're really good prices. They're like £2, £1 for quite fair sized plugs. Well, they're not plugs, they're potted plants now. They're grown from plugs. So off there, and then it's off to the greenhouse to plant. So I shall film that. So I shall be with you later, guys. Take care. Bye. Hello again. We basically have just been to that little garden centre I just told you guys about, and we've just gone and had a look. There wasn't really much there. There weren't no lantanas. I bought a through via Burnham, they're called. Basically, I've got a few of them. They're like a little shrub. They produce white flowers, and they're quite nice. The butterflies seem to like them, and they seem to grow very well in the greenhouse. But guys, look at this. I have managed to get a Pentas lanceolata. She had one there, the lady did. It was basically outside her house, and she said, oh, I didn't know if you were interested, but I've got one. And it is hers, but she let me have it, so I bought it off her. So I am absolutely thrilled with that, because if you're ever going to keep a tropical greenhouse, and if you're ever going to keep tropical butterflies, Lantana camara and Pentas lanceolata are the 2 star plants you need. You need both of these to have a successful butterfly greenhouse. If you deadhead them, if you keep them warm, they will flower continuously all year, and they will produce copious amounts of nectar. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I am going to, when I get home, plant it. I'm going to take quite a few cuttings off it, not too severely damage it, and hopefully get a load of new ones. And because, I mean, it is an epic plant for butterfly greenhouses, for keeping hummingbirds, stuff like that, which is what I want to do. You need them. They're just the plant that you need. So I shall speak to you later, guys. The next time you will see me, I will be planting plants in the greenhouse. So take care. Bye. Hello. We are now back at home, and I'm just about to show you the day of plant shopping and what was the result. So if you just look there are loads of plants. I'm absolutely spent out now. Group there, we've got our lantanas and our heliotrope. We've got 2 salvias, which are there. Behind that we have Pentas lanceolata. It's a standard, so it's quite tall. We have some Viburnum, I think they're called. What are they called? Let's have a look. Viburnum Tinus Eve Price, that's called. It has lovely white flowers, and this is still flowering. There we have some Verbena bonamensis, which the butterflies absolutely love. And I'm not sure what that plant is over there. She did tell me, the lady in the shop, and the butterflies get mad for it, but I can't remember what it is, so I might have to get back to you on that. But my lovely lantanas. So yeah, guys, so I'm going to go in the greenhouse now. I'm going to start to plant all this, and I will show you the result. Speak to you later. Hey guys, so basically I've planted my greenhouse now. Planted all the plants in, so they're all settled. I've got to water them in a minute. I have watered them before I planted them, so they've had water. Then I've planted them, and now I'm going to water the whole greenhouse in a minute. But what I've done, I've come into my nan's greenhouse. This is where basically I'll put my plants that aren't doing very well, or I do cuttings, or if I want to quarantine some plants. If I've got some plants that I think are infested with mites or aphids, I bring them in here, treat them for a while. Make sure they're free of aphids, or as free as what can be, and then they go into the main greenhouse. But I'm just about to do some cuttings now. This is my way of doing cuttings. It might not be the right way, it might be totally wrong, but it's what works for me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to briefly show you the process of doing cuttings. Sorry if it's a bit bad quality. I am trying to do it one-handed because I have got the phone in one hand and the cuttings in the other. So what I'll do, I'll just do this now. So what I've done, I've took the cuttings already and I've put them in water. These are from the Pentas lanceolata. So I've cut them immediately after cutting. I've put them straight in water just so they don't dry out, so they stay as fresh as possible, the best possible chance of developing. Now I've prepared these pots here. I'll be putting the cuttings in the pots. So I'll put some soil in here, and there's that one as well. Tap that one down, so that's done. So put that in that tray there. Like I say, I'm doing it one-handed, guys, so it's going to be awkward to try and film. So take some soil, set that down. That's another one. Got one more to do. Now I'm not putting any stones in or any grit in the bottom. All I'm doing is just putting some soil in there. Don't need that one. That one can go out the way there. There's a bit of grit in there, but it doesn't matter. And this is basically soil that I've just got out the greenhouse. This is just spare soil, so nothing special. There we go. Tap all that down a little bit, just firm it down a little bit. Right, now what I'm going to do, try and do this one-handed. I'm going to take one of these, and you can see, I've basically, there's two shoots at the top here, and what I've done is, I've cut the stem off, cut it at the stem, and what I'm going to do, if you bear with me a minute, I am going to try and do this one-handed. I'm going to place that there. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the flower off, because that's no longer needed. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to pinch out here, I'm going to pinch out these tips. And now what this will do, this will actually, because there's flower buds in these tips, what this will actually do, this will actually stop the plant, it will stunt it, it will suddenly go, uh-oh, what do I do? And it will give it time, it will also stop it from drying out, and it will give it time, I'll remove those big leaves as well, it will give it time to suddenly realise it's got to have to send out roots. And what I'll do, dip it in the water again just to re-moisten it. And what I'll do, I shall just push that into there. Like that. There we go. And I shall do the same. Pinch off these tips, pinch off the tips. Now, it may look like I'm killing the plant. Well, it is stressed. But the thing is, these tips, if you can see, there we are, these tips, alright, I've pinched the tips off, but just here, there are two leaf nodes and two pairs of leaves. So what will happen is, once this plant's established and started growing roots, these will shoot out, and you'll have two. And then you'll have like a mini bush already. Make a water, push it in. Just press the soil around it, and there's another one done. I'm just going to do one more, and then what I'll do then is, I'll start, take the flower. Now this one, now I'm not going to pinch this one because as you can see there's only two coming off. They've already started to grow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little stem here, take this right down to the bottom because it's quite a long flower stalk, cut that, and what I'm going to do then is wet it again and then push that one in and push it in, just put the soil around it so it's just poking out. There we go. Now that's it, guys. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to do that with the rest, all the others, and then once I've done that, I shall then take you into the greenhouse, and I'll show you what's happening in the greenhouse after I've planted. So I'll see you again in a minute. Right then. Basically, I've done the cuttings, so they've all been cut, they've all been prepared, they've all been put into the soil. One thing I will add is I'm now going to water them. Now, you don't want the soil to be soaking, but what you do want to make sure is that it is very, very moist. So I'm going to water them now until it starts running out the bottom. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure there's always some water left in the tray because you don't want them to dry out. What you've got to think is, guys, these cuttings now have no roots. So what they're going to want to do, they want to get as much moisture out of the soil as possible. I mean, some people do actually grow them sitting in water. I tend to like soil. The problem with water is you grow in water, then you have to slowly add soil bit by bit so that the roots become accustomed to the soil. And I just want to skip that whole step and I'll just grow them in soil. I mean, some of them will die, some of them will probably do well. It's hit and miss, guys. Not all plants take well to being cut. Some don't grow at all. Now I can see water collecting up in the bottom now, so I know that they're all thoroughly moist. Just try and not get dirt on the leaves, try and make the leaves, because they're going to want to photosynthesize as well. Just do that, that's probably enough. Just uncover that dirt on that leaf. I don't like them being covered in leaves. Leaves covered in dirt. Okay, so that's basically it now. So now this is going to go on into my kitchen, into my bathroom. It's going to go up onto the window ledge because it does get sun there. Now, some people like to put a bag over the top because what it does, it stops the plant, these leaves, and it reduces the evaporation. And it depends. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. It depends what type of plant it is. I personally have never used a bag. I've just put them in the pots, put them in soil and water them, and they've done fantastically. So I'm going to put them on the windowsill in the kitchen, in the bathroom, and then we'll go see the greenhouse. Hey, right, cuttings have been done. They've been placed on the windowsill in my bathroom. So what I'm going to do now, guys, greenhouse is behind me, as you can see, and I'm just going to quickly show it you what I've done so far. So here we are, we're walking into the greenhouse. Immediately as you walk in, I've got these yellow flowers that I can't remember what they're called, but I've planted them in the soil. They're a ground covering plant that cover the ground. They spread across the ground, and apparently the flowers are adored by butterflies and bees and that, so they'll be a great benefit. We've got some heliotrope there. I've got a dwarf buddleia just there. You can just see the hose. I'm about to water it. So there we are. We've got some heliotrope. There's those yellow flowers just there. Lantana up the corner. I've planted them around my bird of paradise. I think they'll do absolutely fantastic. First off, here's an overview of the greenhouse. Basically, there's the pond, doing absolutely brilliantly. Palms, irises. I don't think you can see the goldfish. There are goldfish in there swimming around, but you can't see them. They're waiting to be fed. The pond is now looking wild and lovely. Waterfall going there. Canna, absolutely doing fantastically. And there's the other view, guys. As you can see, I'm very impressed. It is really looking tropical again. Now, I've just put in a Verbena bonavensis. That is gone there next to another one that I put in last week. So that's flowering. I might cut some of it down just to get a bit more flowering out of it. And if you just look over here, I've put some more lantana down there. And there's some more heliotrope. Here's these, I can't remember what they're called. Sorry guys, forgot what their name, and then I've got the label. There's my Pentas lanceolata, the one that I took cuttings off. It was about here, but I've took a load of cuttings off and left a few flowers on. That's going to be watered. There's my banana. And there's my salvia. I planted them in front of my banana because I think once the banana gets a couple bits higher. So, hey, what's that? There's a dark shadow on that leaf, and I know what that can only be one thing. Let's have a look. Have a look. See what we got here. Oh yes, there we go, guys. There's one of the tropical. There's one of the American green tree frogs. They are still here, guys. We've got 2 lizards and 2 American green tree frogs. There's one of them. There he is, Mr. Tree Frog, living, enjoying himself. Let him go back down there. We have got 2 green anoles in here, hiding somewhere. The size of that canna is amazing. It's taller than me. It's really shot up. Another Verbena bonavensis. My butylon I've moved. It's no longer by the door. It's now at this corner. I'm just looking for one of the green anole lizards. There are 2 here. This is my kumquat. It's getting a bit too high now, so I'm going to take it right down. Take it right down to the ground. Well, not to the ground, but take it down here and try and get it to flower. I mean, it won't flower. It won't flower because I keep on cutting off the new shoots, but it is getting too high. So I need to take it around quite low now because it's just getting too big. Try and have a look for one of my green anoles. They are hiding somewhere. They are here. I've only got 2. I am going to get a couple more because I don't. Ah, there is one. He is there up on the top of the light. You can just see. There's a green knoll, up there. Don't know if you can see, guys. I'll try and reach up. There you go, guys. I think he's moved. Yeah, he's moved. That's the male. I don't know where the female is. She's slightly smaller. I'm saying they're male and female, but they haven't actually bred. They've been in there now for how long have they been? Been in here 2 years now. This is their 2nd year. I mean, they hibernated fine. It went cold in. All the tree frogs, they just went hibernated, disappeared, and hibernated. But they haven't bred. I'm surprised. I'm not seeing any, but it's been quite hot in here, so they've had plenty. It's been the right temperature and that. And they could bury the eggs in the soil, and they would have incubated okay. So I don't know, guys. I think I'm going to get a few more. Probably get another 3. Female, hopefully females. At least one of them's going to be female. I know that one's definitely a male because it has that big dew, like a big dew flap, I think they call it, or dew lap. That comes down from the neck and it comes out on like a bone. Like a bone comes out here. A bone comes out here. What happens is this red piece of skin stretched, and they stretch it and flash it to each other to display on their chin. And I know, oh there he is. I can see him. He's crawling about. So I know one's a male, but the other one, I'm not quite sure. I'll have to just get another couple and see what happens. But yeah, guys, there's the greenhouse. There's a quick update. Heat pump not installed yet. It's still empty up there. The heat pump is meant to be going there. It is getting quite passion flowery now, so I'm going to have to try and push the passion flowers, passion flowers out the way a bit and get the heat pump installed. But it's the central of the greenhouse, so it should be installed and we're away. I've just got to wire that passion flower around the beams as well. And what's that crawling up there? What's that crawling up there? It's a beetle. Ooh, those green anoles better not spot it because it won't be living long. So yeah, guys, there we go. There's the tropical greenhouse update. That's it. Planted plants. It's doing fantastically. A shame I can't show any tropical butterflies. There are none in here at the moment. And there's no little birds in here or nothing. It's just plants, and it's doing very well. I just hope to get some broad-eyed osterops. It probably won't be till December time because I've got to wait for the Staffordshire Bird Show. So when that comes up, if you happen to see me in the walking around the Staffordshire Bird Show near December, say hi. But that's it for now. Take care of yourself, guys. I shall update a video soon on ants and termites. Wherever you are this Saturday, take care of yourselves. Hope you enjoy yourself, and I shall speak to you soon.